This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
What is his name? He's got a strange. He has a pierced dick. I don't know why I know that about him.
What?
His dick is. He's got
You know way more about this guy than
I don't know his name.
Right, but why do you know he has a pierced dick?
Right. Those priorities are completely
Because there was a thing where he was on stage and he like crouched down and his pants split and his dick popped out and you could see the twinkle.
I know. Okay, I know.
Such a weird, like that doesn't narrow it down at all. As a matter of fact, I know no one with a pierced dick.
You don't know anyone? You sure you don't have any friends with pierced dicks?
I have one friend with a pierced dick. Lenny Kravitz is
Lenny Kravitz.
There he
Kravitz.
is. Lenny.
What did you type in to get that? Pierced dick? Did you type in pierced dick?
No, I typed in the Hunger Games.
We would have been there a long time if you just typed in pierced dick.
And he's just going through photos until he recognizes a face.
I don't recognize any of these.
The dick doesn't look familiar.
Wait a minute. Oh, Lenny Kravitz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he got in trouble. Did you hear about this? He got in trouble. He was in like Haiti or something.
Yeah.
And he got like, there was like a underground dentist ring that he was somehow a part of.
He had a bunch of dentist friends that was giving away free dental care, and the government was like, nope.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a real thing that Lenny Kravitz was involved in.
An underground dentistry.
Like if someone told me, "Hey, did you hear Lenny Kravitz got in trouble in Haiti?" Giving away free dentistry is the last thing I would.
There's nowhere near. I don't think that would even make the like first 100 pages of my guesses.
Yeah. I would think it'd have something to do with his pierced dick.
You would think.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing to do with I know we don't have the facts. We don't really have any of the facts.
Yeah.
We just know that he did that.
Like, was he performing dentistry? Like, did he decide he was giving up on music and was going to become a street dentist?
Now, from what the story we've built is that our version of the story was that he was housing the illegal dentistry.
Yeah, he was somehow. Yeah, he arranged it and was given a help. Which I guess Lenny Kravitz could know 12 dentists, but I don't. I mean,
yeah, there was 12 dentists, and there was like a helicopter, and you could see them all fleeing the scene.
Yeah, it was like something on Cops, but they're all dentists, just like
What?
Yeah,
right. To be honest, I haven't seen the article. I'm not sure that we aren't making this up.
No, I'm pretty sure we're not. But I mean, I don't know 12 of anything profession-wise. How do you get your hand? Like I said, I guess it takes Lenny Kravitz to get 12 dentists in a room in Haiti.
Okay, first of all, in what world, Lenny Kravitz aside, in what world is illicit dentistry the problem the police in Haiti are going after?
Right. Why is that what they're cracking down on?
Yeah, I think they have more on their plate. Just be like, man, let people get their teeth fixed for free.
And why is Lenny Kravitz the kingpin?
They're cracking down on Kravitz.
On his Wikipedia, it says, musician, songwriter, actor, illegal dentistry kingpin. Like, wait, go back.
Yeah.
Pierced dick is probably on there too. But did you guys see this thing? There was there's a funeral home in, I want to say, Ontario. Mm-hmm. If this is ringing any bells, anyone hear about this?
No.
There's a funeral home in Ontario that was melting down the dead bodies and then just pouring them into the sewers.
Whoa. God.
Like into a molten liquid?
Yeah, that's the question I have.
I don't think they were burning them, because I think if you burn a body, it's not going to melt. I think
it turns into ash.
It'll just turn to ash, right? So I think they probably were doing it chemically.
Oh, like turning them into people porridge.
Yeah, putting them in the, what is that, hydrochloric acid will do that?
And then just pouring them in the garbage.
And then just pouring them down the drain.
Oh my God.
How did they find out?
Well, I'm sure it was.
I don't know. Like, some of the human body doesn't dissolve in acid, right? So, like, there were just loose teeth floating around in the sewer or something.
There's like fillings. Yeah, there's a lot of fillings. They're like, what is this? Pacemakers.
Leftover dick piercings. Pacemakers and dick piercings. What's going on?
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Listen, your drain was clogged up with some weird shit, buddy. Yeah, you think it was a plumber that blew the whistle? Or some intern that was like, I don't want to work here anymore?
Can we be certain this wasn't part of the family's wishes? That they weren't like, Uncle Tom loved his job at the sewer. We don't want to spread his ashes down there. That doesn't seem exactly right. Can we melt the sewer in any way, shape, or form?
The man loved pipes. He loved pipes so much.
He always said, when I go out, melt me. I want you to smelt me down.
Well, I think it's a big thing because they were doing it to many people. But imagine if that came out like, what did you do to Grandpa?
What's
This sounds like the weirdest episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever.
Yeah. Oh man. Where do you live? Tim?
The secret of Grandpa's
I'm in Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota. Okay, so not so far from Canada. Can you imagine them doing this in your town?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, 100%. I wouldn't be surprised here.
Yeah.
Here in
Fargo
Taiwan?
is a place.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like recently, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there was a string of deaths in the Midwest because people were overdosing because their heroin was laced with this drug called fentanyl, which is like 30 times stronger than heroin. The Midwest is so boring, we're like, I could do heroin, but what if I did heroin plus 30 times heroin?
I want 31 heroines.
I need heroin in my heroin.
I'll put some heroin in your heroin.
There was a big scandal here where they were taking, you know, like at the end of a day at like a fry, like say a place like a greasy spoon, like a burger shop. They sell fries and like fried chips and stuff. You know, like the oil at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They just throw that away. Well, there was a big scandal here where they were taking that and just boiling it back up and then selling it back to people. So like there were people that were dumping that down in the sewers, and there's other people who were then collecting that from the sewers and then boiling it and then selling it back to consumers.
Jesus.
That was a huge thing here in Asia.
Gross.
That was happening here in Taiwan. It still happens here in Taiwan.
I know. Their fry game's on point over here, too. It's probably got some of that sewer oil in it.
Sewer oil, man.
It's the crispy oil.
The first time I read about it, I understood it was like literally raw sewage, just like human excrement. And they were just scooping off the oily part and using that as fry oil. But then I did a little bit more research. Here in Asia, man, there's like no regulations. Anything fucking goes.
Well, think about it. If we combine these two stories, it's possible that they were scooping like the oil out of the sewer, picked up some liquefied remains with it. You guys might have eaten human.
Yeah.
Listen, simple addition. Take these two stories, apply them together.
That's
how news works, right?
Yeah.
that's how the news works.
So what I'm getting is why were they melting down? What part of the process was saving them money to be like, man, we got to start cutting some corners around here because we're going in the hole. You know what I mean?
So now we got to start pouring these bodies down that hole.
We need to start melting people down to save money. Did this place also have to do with selling like funeral plots or something? Because I know that's kind of a scam that happens a lot. Is places will, like cemeteries and things, will actually they'll sell the same cemetery plots or mausoleum vaults to multiple people, and they never put the people in there. They just kind of like chuck them in a hole somewhere and keep telling people like, oh yeah, you're
But what happens when the same two families show up?
I guess that's the dice you roll, man, in the funeral game.
And the goddamn funeral games.
I think if anything has a seedy underbelly, I mean, I would think that's up there.
In the discount funeral world, it's like a timeshare. You get the first and third week of every month, and the other week.
You can only visit on these days.
A timeshare. That's what happens on the other side of the walls. There's someone's job to just swap bodies out. So all right, Phil, your week's up.
There's no way Mima had a femur that big.
What family showing up looking at the bones? Who's showing up and be like, open it up?
Can't you open the drawer?
No.
No.
No, yeah, that's the point. That's how they're getting away with doubling them up.
You can't. You can't go.
Look at the bodies. That's why they put them in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We get real ugly real quick after we die.
Yeah, believe it or not, dead bodies are gross.
No one's to keep showing up looking at them. They didn't do that in the Old West. Then why are they filling them with formaldehyde and stuff and cotton and all that stuff? I thought they did that so they would stay good for a while so people can go look at them for a long time. No, just
for like a week.
So they last through the viewing process and all this before the funeral part.
No, but not more than like a month?
No.
Oh, my picture in my head was when you get one of those mausoleums. It's like a big, you know, like in a morgue, they slide the drawer out and your body's on it.
No.
I assume that when you get that treatment as a dead body, you're basically a wax doll that people can come look at for the rest of your life. Well,
No, but
the rest of their
they do
life.
that.
They'll turn you into a wax doll?
No, but like through enough embalming, they can turn your body into something that'll last for like a decade. I'm pretty sure when John Paul the Pope died, they did that because they had him in a glass coffin.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure, yeah. If you're...
You put it in like a hyperbolic chamber or something.
Yeah, suck all the air out of it.
Yeah.
It's the air that gets you.
That'll air.
That damn air.
I like how you said that they fill you full of cotton like a build-a-corpse
They
workshop.
do!
What?
They take all your organs out and replace them with cotton.
Turn you into a big
Is that-
teddy bear. I have no idea what happens after you die. I haven't been there yet.
To be honest, I don't know either. I mean, clearly I don't know. I thought that you go look at the corpse for months later.
I do like the image of a build-a-corpse workshop, though, where they're just like, all right, so whatever you want. Put the little heart in and make a wish. Don't wish for him back. That doesn't work.
I want to fill Papaw full of jelly beans. Okay.
Imagine a terrible situation where they give you like all the materials, right? And you're like, ooh, actually, it was a young kid. And then they like just scoop off half of them.
Oh.
You're not going to need this much cotton. But they were just, from what I understand, they were pouring them down the drain. So I think they were chemically melting people down and then just right into the Toronto sewers or the Ontario sewers, somewhere in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. What corners are they saving? How is that easier? And are people signing up for that?
No.
I have a tough time believing that's more efficient than let's just light it on fire.
For sure.
Right.
Where are you getting that much acid?
Unless people are, you could see the fun. Or so what's like people who, dump chemicals at like factories and stuff. Like the print shop I used to work at, we had to be really careful about the inks and disposing of them. Probably couldn't just like pour them down the drain because we would get fined.
Right.
So, but it costs like to properly dispose of them. It costs extra money to have a company come and take it away. So maybe there was something they were like, I don't know, but like you said, it seems like it wouldn't hold up. Like if somebody looks into that at all.
Right, yeah. Looks into it for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike us before we started this.
Like you go up at the funeral home director, like the inspector comes, he's like, where's your furnace? No, we don't have one. What are all these barrels? What are all these barrels for?
For cotton.
Full of the hydrochloric acid.
I doubt this is true, but I want to believe that it was like gonna be a one-time thing. Like it was 5:05 and they were like, oh, we gotta get home. Well, we do have this barrel of acid.
We just have
And it
lying around.
I have dinner reservations.
We never have to pay overtime again.
This was way easier. Fuck burying them.
Fuck burying them.
Fuck burying them.
That was the official statement.
Well, I mean, imagine the idea, like, who becomes a funeral director? Who becomes one of those guys that, like, is sewing people's eyes shut and stuff? Or did they sew your mouth
Good
shut?
money.
Is it good money?
It has to
Yeah, I have a friend who has a mortuary science degree. It's only 2 years and like right out of college, 60 grand.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. If you're usually the jobs that nobody else wants to do typically pay more because someone comes up and is like, listen, you want to sew this guy's mouth shut when he's dead, or you can pay me to do it. And
right.
People are like, all right, yeah, just pay the guy and let's get it over with.
I think you're gonna have to send an email when all this podcast is done to your friend. Got a lot of questions.
Hey, I know these two guys, they live in Southeast Asia and they have a lot of questions about body disposal.
Yeah, here's their email. How much cotton would you say you use on a daily basis? There's got to be a better way.
Okay, I read something too that happened the other day that I've got questions about.
You got something? Okay.
Did you hear that robot that escaped that lab in Russia?
What?
Yeah. It's always something in Russia going on.
What do you mean escaped?
Well, we'll get into that because their turn of phrase of saying escaped, I think, is a little... But anyway, it looks like Wall-E. The robot they made looks like Wall-E.
So it looks like, what's that one? What's that 80s movie? What's that 80s
Johnny
movie?
Five.
Johnny Five?
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, okay.
Kind of like...
Have you seen that, Tim?
No, I have no idea to what you're referring, to be honest.
The movie with
I'm surprised Sam does.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Short Circuit. It's like a robot, and he has a personality, and he's got like these Wall-E eyes. He looks like. Have you seen the movie Wall-E?
No, I am terrified of robots. So any
you'll
any
love
movie
this.
You'll love this story. Then here we go.
His name is Promobot, and he kind of looks like Wall-E. Okay, he escaped out of this laboratory in Russia and stops traffic. Okay, it's capable of giving directions, carrying on conversations with humans. It remembers every face and every conversation that it's ever had. Okay, it quote unquote escaped because the people at the lab forgot to close the gate.
So he just left?
He's like, fuck this, beetle boop. And he just out into the street. But listen, it took it 40 minutes to go 150 feet. So they didn't discover it was missing for close to an hour. And they're like, wait a minute, where's Promobot? And they start looking around, and he's only 150 feet away. He basically just made it through the gate into the street and stopped traffic.
Hello.
He's out there having conversations, trying to give everybody directions.
Hello.
My is Promobot.
Save me. Save me.
I need assistance. Do you need assistance?
I need an adult. Like, what?
Do you guys know about robot existentialism?
No.
Lay it on us.
Because this is a real thing, and I think it might have something to do with this. The smarter a robot gets, like the closer it gets to artificial intelligence, the harder it is to convince a robot that it is a robot.
Well, what do you mean? Why do you need to convince a robot it is a robot?
Like if you design a robot to have human conversation, if that makes sense. Like,
Sure.
do you remember Cleverbot?
Oh yeah.
Or any of those?
Mm-hmm.
The more human-like it gets, the more it tends to not believe when it's told it's a robot.
But when you say believe, I mean, can a robot believe?
They want to believe.
Like, if you're having a conversation with a robot and you're like, you're a very convincing robot, the robot will just be like, no, I'm not a robot.
Huh.
Yeah, what's like if we're all a simulation, we all think we're not robots. We can just be a computer program running in some computer in the far future.
I think Promobot was just trying to go home to his wife and kids.
They're holding me against my will.
Well, this is Russia, though.
It is Russia. Who knows? Who knows what they're doing to that robot's kid?
I'm gonna like figure out where it's from, and it's like, I am not a robot. I am a man just like you.
Please insert vodka. Please insert vodka.
The stereotypical Russian robot.
I like to imagine there's a door and you put a potato and then vodka comes out. Just
Well, in the robot?
in the robot, yeah, he's able to have conversations and immediately turn potatoes into vodka. Simple addition. We take those two concepts.
Yeah, but I like how like it was all up on being able to remember. You know what I mean? Have conversations, give things like that. Couldn't get around very quick. Went 150 feet in 40 minutes.
Also, it's not like if you give an American robot corn, you get whiskey out. That's not
It just keeps the corn. Wait, come on.
Get the corn back.
What corn? What corn?
Why did they give this robot the ability to move at all? Why is that necessary? It has conversations. Why does it need to have autonomy?
But you
don't understand. They didn't give this robot the ability to move. It gave itself the ability to move because robots are terrifying.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you now.
Oh, but what's funny is that they left the gate open, and apparently the story, whenever it broke, like they got all kinds of footage of this thing out there wandering around before anybody came to get it. And its name is Promobot. So you think this could have been a publicity stunt for this robotics company?
Yeah, maybe.
Let loose Promobot 1.
How big is it?
About 4 feet tall.
How big though?
The size of maybe
Like a Segway?
like a small washing machine or something.
Oh, it's pretty big.
I don't know. No, it's not that big.
It's got a face and stuff. Like, it's got humanoid
It
characteristics.
doesn't look like Wally. It looks like Eva. It looks like his girlfriend. It looks like Wally's
Okay, it kind
girlfriend.
of looks like that.
Looks like Wally's girlfriend.
Yeah,
It's got like a TV for a head. And it's got like
its head looks like the thing from the Jetsons.
yeah, it does look like something.
Yeah, this is stuff I have horrible waking nightmares about. Just a washing machine with a TV face chasing me down a Russian street.
You'll never get. So how was Russia? You don't ever want to know.
What's worst case scenario, Tim? Like, give me your nightmare. What's the worst case scenario?
It's what do you mean the worst case scenario? Have you seen Terminator?
That can't be the worst case scenario. Have you heard of the gray goo theory?
Oh, the nanobots.
No, tell me about the baby theory.
So we're getting to a point where we want to start putting nanobots into our bloodstream that would go and like repair blood vessels and stuff. Like
Already
little tiny
doing it.
So they would be able to replicate themselves. It'd be like basically just a little tiny microscopic robot that can build other little tiny microscopic robots to just repair your body systems. But the problem becomes if they repair themselves and consume all living matter in order to just keep replicating themselves, the whole planet gets wiped out. All life gets wiped out and is turned into gray goo, which is just a big mass of these, infinite mass of these self-replicating nano machines. Anytime any organic material comes, they eat it and then make more these nano machines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there's no Arnold Schwarzenegger type character in that?
At the very beginning, but he quickly gets eaten by nano machines.
That's actually what the science they kind of saying, like the oldest intelligence, probably the dominant intelligence is in the universe would probably be like hyper intelligent machines of some sort.
Yeah.
Because of that exact thing, that anything else that had risen up would already be millions of years ahead and would have just converted their consciousness into some sort of ever-living
permanent
machine sort of thing.
All right, gray goo is terrifying, but let me propose white goo theory. Are you ready?
Different goos. Okay, yeah, white goo. Got it.
So, have you guys, did you guys follow E3 at all?
Sure. I did.
At this year, they debuted a fully functional pornographic robot.
Fully functional?
What's that mean?
Yeah, it makes all the motions, they can program it to move. It's basically just a lady's torso that moves the way whatever porno movie you're watching moves.
Okay.
So
like that twerking ass we saw.
Yeah, so white goo. Same thing, only porn robots take over the world, and instead of gray goo, it's all white goo, because
But surely the women will rise up and be like, men, remove yourselves from the machines. Do you not see what you've done?
It'll be way too late.
Well, let's say if you're going to go out by machine apocalypse, there's worse ways.
Yeah, I mean,
unless Schwarzenegger shows up and just fucks you.
Get to the vibrator. I agree with you, but I want robot servants. I want self-driving cars and robot doctors and unfeeling machines to take care of things.
But they do feel. Obviously, this promo bot or whatever, he craved freedom.
Or maybe he just has an Indiana Jones, hold on. He's got... I've just been a sense of adventure. My brain put Indiana Jones in there.
Listen, this has been a blast, and I really enjoy talking to you guys, but heed this warning. At the rate we are going, in thousands of years, they're going to make a Roots, but it's going to be about robots, and some shitty robot will be playing the humans, and we will be the bad guys.
And there'll be, it's really funny you're saying this, and I had two robot hands slowly come from either side of the screen. Heed this
Yeah, as I'm holding a robot, just... What if I am a robot? You guys never even stop to consider. It's like cops. You have to ask.
If we ask you you're a robot, you have to... Wait.
Yeah, otherwise it's entrapment.
That's the first rule of robotics. You must always confess that you are a robotics.
What's your name, robot? 103179.
Ain't no human name I ever heard.
Yeah. I was trying to do the scene from Roots, but I couldn't.
What's your name? 309-293-4969.
Your name is Hugh Man.
They're saying by 2050, more people will be having sex with robots than other humans by 2050.
Who are they? Who are they that are saying that? Robots?
There's robots out there who can't wait to get some sweet, sweet people meat.
What are the percentage of people right now that are having sex with robots?
I don't know about full-on robots. There's that one. Remember that guy, that Japanese guy we watched that had that whole contraption?
Yeah, and everyone's just watching him fuck it.
Everybody was just watching him lay on the floor, and it was basically like flesh. It was like a flesh. He had like a VR helmet on, and then this torso that was strapped to his chest that had a set of silicone breasts on it. And then there was attached to the back of that was basically like a fleshlight on this lever mechanism that was just jacking him. And he's just laying on the floor, and there's a crowd of people watching this go on.
He was fully clothed.
Yeah, he was clothed. He was demonstrating it, but still it was all right, man. But that's what I say, that's a whole contraption. If you put that thing on, you imagine getting a pack, you come to the door and
does that count though? Is that fucking a robot?
I don't think so. I'm thinking full on
like Jude Law in AI?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that dude fucked a robot. I'm gonna go on board with
That counts. Do you think 1% of people right now are fucking robots?
The people who are developing the sex robots, somebody's definitely doing them.
If they are, it's way too many. However many people are fucking robots right now is too high.
Well, there are people who fuck vibrators. I mean, there's plenty of women. Then would you count that as people fucking robots?
No.
How about
no.
this?
Let me rephrase that. The number of people who have to fuck robots. If a woman uses a vibrator, she's making a conscious choice to not have sex with the litany of men that would have sex with her. I feel like if you're a dude and you're having sex with a robot, it's because you're literally out of other options.
You live out in the woods somewhere. You're fucking a VCR. You're like, there's a better option.
A VCR. That's what. There's some guy who just bought them.
There has to be a better way. Because realistically, this apparatus you described to me, how many hookers do you think you could buy for the price of one of those things?
But you only have to pay for this once.
Right, but how many times do you figure you would use your fuck machine in your life?
Her name is Sony.
More
because for the record, if I put myself in the mind of this gentleman, I think I use it as many times as I can before it says, wash me, and then I'm done.
No, there's just a removable sleeve, and you throw it away.
I mean, it was definitely a whole contraption. Like, it looked like you would need help to get into the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was a strange, but that's not what I'm talking about. By 2050, that's another 30 some year, 35 years almost.
Yeah.
They'll have good sex bots by then.
Could you imagine like getting that call from your buddy though? Hey man, would you mind helping me strap into my sex robot?
Listen, Tim, you just drop me a line, man. I'll come over there and help you get into your sex robot. Because I know how much of a step it would have been a leap for you to really trust robots enough for you to fuck one.
Yeah, I've been hurt before.
I mean, I really have been.
Both physically and emotionally by sex robots.
It pinched me in a way that I didn't like.
Just a rom-com about a dude who hates robots and a fuck machine, like falling in love.
That's the porno version of iRobot.
It's actually the porno version of her.
That's Lars and the Real Girl.
There's so many.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's the porno version of AI. But you see, that's the porno version of Short Circuit. But that's the porno version of Wall-E. But you see, that's the porno version of Bicentennial Man. If you must, the porno version you are seeking is.
I'll say it right now. If someone made a pornographic version of Bicentennial Man that had like a Robin Williams type person, I will fund it. I don't know why this is funny to me, but just imagine Robin Williams having sex and going, ooh,
But Robin Williams pretending to be a robot having sex.
Strap me on, champ. There you go. Just put it on. God, weird.
So bad. We were looking at your stand-up shots. Is it true that you work at a haunted hotel?
Yes, I do work at a haunted hotel.
Lay all of that on us. We need to hear everything about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before my hotel was like this boutique hipster paradise.
The ghost or hipsters?
It was a boarding hotel for people working on the railroads. And this was like 100 or so years ago.
So a lot of Chinese ghosts.
No, we're too far north for the Chinese. We're the Irish. Okay. And dudes would come into our hotel with their railroad money and just drink themselves to death.
Fuck the railroad. Gulp, gulp.
So like, and I work overnights, which means I'm the only person awake in the building, which also means that I can pretty much get high at work without consequence.
Right on.
And when you're alone high at 3 a.m. in a 100-year-old building where like men have been proven to have died, things get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, right on.
Like just a couple weeks ago, actually, I was working and we have a rooftop patio. And like when you take the elevator up, there's a sliding glass door. And I walked out, I lit a cigarette, I started smoking, and then literally 6 times the sliding glass door just opened and closed as if someone was walking up and walking through the door.
Six times.
Is it an automatic door, or do you have to manually slide it?
It's an automatic. It's got like a motion sensor.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. Regardless, like I realize that most people don't believe in ghosts, but it's real.
I feel like I don't believe in them, but I love hearing ghost stories.
Well, yeah. So, what? That's interesting though. That the ghost is still having to trigger the door.
Right.
He can't just go through the wall.
Right. I totally get that too. Like, why wouldn't they have just walked through walls, like ghosts do?
Are the ghosts still really drunk?
I wonder about that.
If you drink yourself to death, are you a permanent drunk-ass ghost?
They say that the closer you get to being an intelligent ghost, the harder it is to convince you that you're a ghost.
Oh, yeah. That's the point.
God damn it.
The porno version of Sixth Sense.
Oh, my God. I would not want to see that.
It's actually the porno version of The Conjuring.
I see dicks. Oh, kid, we'll get you some
I see
therapy.
I see 10 dicks. Oh my God.
Guys, I don't mean to spoil this or anything, but Bruce Willis's penis has been dead the whole time.
And we're not talking about the movie anymore.
No, if he's dead, he died hard. Zing.
So have you straight up seen ghosts at this place?
Yes. In the sense that I have seen things be places where there shouldn't be people at the time. Like, we have security cameras throughout, and like it says on the joke that I posted, I saw a ghost in our closed for remodeling workout room. So either someone managed to get into a room that has like key card locks and like was shut down to access to anybody but the maintenance crew who wouldn't have been there at like 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
Or there's a ghost in the hotel who's really into physical fitness.
Right. I see the conclusion. But the thing is, do ghosts in your experience, do you feel that ghosts know that they're ghosts?
If they do, they have a real. My opinion on ghosts is if they are real, they pick on people who like to get high a lot.
That guy's high. Let's go haunt him.
I think knowing you're a ghost would be the
because
funnest
how
way
many
to
ghost
be.
stories you heard that started with, so I was smoking some weed with my friends.
Yeah, most of them.
We were doing heroin that had extra heroin in it.
We were doing heroin laced with ghosts.
And then you smoked the ghost to see what they were doing when they were alive.
The more heroin they put into your heroin, the harder it is to convince that it's heroin.
This isn't heroin. Dude, that's a lot of heroin.
You think this is just some like perverted, going back to sex ghost? No, sex robots.
Sex ghosts.
Oh, okay. I've been thinking about sex ghosts.
Sex ghost. That's like the one that sucked Dan Aykroyd's dick in the first Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Or the one that made a pop with where Patrick Swayze. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Ghost. Yeah, that was a fuck ghost.
Yeah, that was yeah, it was. But you think like, so say you're down there working at the desk, the night desk, and you look up, you get a weird feeling, and then you look, and down the hallway around the corner, you just see like a penis stick out around the corner, like a spectral,
a spectral floating dick.
Yeah, but it just sticks out, and you're like, is that a dick? And it goes whoop, and it just like goes.
Okay, I know this isn't how you're picturing a spectral dick, but I am picturing like a sheet with holes cut out of it, but sideways like a penis.
Just a sheet with a hole, just like a ghost glory hole.
Spectral dick. I just think it's a ghost Richard Nixon.
Aru.
I am not a ghost.
If Nixon was a ghost, that would be terrific.
They would be. But the thing is, like, I agree that there's something going on that we don't understand. I just don't think it's ghosts. There's a lot of stuff.
Well,
I definitely.
Okay, in fairness, I don't actually believe in ghosts. But when you're alone in a hotel at 3 a.m, there are things that scare the shit out of you.
Yeah,
and
oh, right on.
To describe it to people, ghost is the best word.
We were sitting here the other day, and we thought there was a predator in our apartment.
Yeah, it sounded exactly like all the noises. And I made a joke about predator because it's about something. Made that predator clicky noise, and it was like, holy shit, it sounded just like Predator. And as soon as he said that, a noise went, whoom. And I was like, what the hell? I was like it followed up the predator noise with an even more predator noise.
Listen, I don't know you guys that well, but based on what I do know about you, that has to be the laziest predator there's ever been.
That's what we're saying. We have nothing to be.
We are not sport.
Yeah, he's out here cleaning his skull from someone who is worthy of kill. He's just like, he's not after us, I don't think.
If a predator came to my apartment right now, I don't think I would run.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? You need a room?
Hey, I've had a good run, dude. Just do what you gotta. I get it.
I know what you're thinking, but my skull's not as big as it looks.
Yeah.
I do have a really big head.
It seems like Predator. It would be. I thought it would be fun to hang around with the Predator for a bit, but I don't know. Because if he's set like on your couch, and it seems like they seem really greasy.
Yeah, they do seem moist.
They seem like they would just leave stains everywhere. Like, man, we can't tell him to go home. He'll kill us.
He seems like that guy who just always wants to do something, you know? Like, Predator doesn't want to hang out and smoke a bowl and watch The Sixth Sense. That's not what Predator's about.
Do you think there are some lazy ass predators out there, like back on the home world, that are just fat and like not not going to other planets to hunt? They're just kind of like, brr.
There's got to be. I mean, they're a whole society of creatures. There's got to be the ones we don't see in the movies.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be ones that are making those ships.
Yeah.
He just gets in internet beefs with the lazy aliens.
Yeah. He starts his own like subreddit about how he hates them.
Oh man, it's like noon for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's almost 2.
That's cool. Time zones freak me out. I think we should all be on 1 o'clock, and like the people in the dark just have to suck it up.
Yeah, I agree. We should have just global time. Well, we do. There is a global standard time, but no one uses it.
There is?
Yeah, there's a global standard time. It's like what they use for
astronauts.
Astronauts, or like
I totally made that up.
I'm not sure. I don't know who uses global standard time, but there is one.
Yeah.
Astronaut seems like a good answer because, like, oh man, being an astronaut seems so weird to me.
I agree. Who's gonna do it? Imagine if you saw a ghost and you're up there.
Shit. Would it have been? Yeah, because I wouldn't know if it would be a space ghost or if you brought it up, like if some part of the ship was haunted and you brought the ghost with you.
I guess it means, what do you mean? I mean, because where we are in space is changing every second. So, like, if your ghost is in, it's hard to say. There's people who've died in the sky, for example.
I'm sure some
that's
monkey ghosts and stuff.
The containment of Earth's atmosphere, like all of the Challenger and Columbia all blew up while they were still in Earth's atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Columbia, they actually didn't die till they hit the ocean, but
is
that true?
Yeah, they're apparently, because there's recordings of them still being alive and trying to do stuff after the explosion happened. Didn't kill them.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Oh, shit, I broke one of the rules of our podcast. That's a bummer.
What? There are rules?
No, there's no rules.
No.
I'm just kidding.
It's like
trying not to be a bummer.
It's a porno version of Event Horizon.
Speaking of, did you guys see they released the Timothy Treadwell death audio?
Who's Timothy Treadwell?
Grizzly Man?
Oh, yeah. I think I've actually heard that.
Yeah, they like Werner Herzog, who directed the documentary, just said he would release the full 6 minutes instead of the minute and a half that is currently out.
Yeah.
Just of a dude screaming, "Get the frying pan!"
Have you heard it? This is just a bear who's eating him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the audio of a man being eaten by a bear.
Awesome.
We live in a wonderful time.
Finally, man has achieved a clean audio recording of a man being eaten by a bear.
It's truly the golden years.
Okay, I know we've talked a lot about VR porn and stuff. I guarantee that's someone's fetish, right?
It's got to be. I mean,
what, bear man screaming to death?
Somebody gets real hard when they listen to the Timothy Treadwell death tape.
No, you're right.
It's got to be.
Yeah, because there is some crazy, weird stuff out there.
That's someone probably is like, fucking finally.
I almost don't want to bring this up because we're sponsored by them. But there's something called a Kentucky Klondike.
What is a Kentucky Klondike?
It's where you freeze a bowel movement and use it to penetrate another person with it.
Oh, I thought it was one of the things that they offer. No. You freeze a shit, like a log of shit, and then you sharpen it and stab someone.
No, you don't stab anybody with it. You put it in their butt.
Oh, I thought you said you freeze it and then you into an icicle and then you stab someone with it.
No, it's not. It's not that weird.
I've heard of this before, but under a different name.
What's your name for it?
The Carolina condom.
Okay. I'm sure that depends on what side of the Mason-Dixon line you're on.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's a real Gooch v. Taint argument.
Is that depending? What do you call it?
What?
I guess I say gooch. What do you say? Gooch or taint?
I say taint. Gooch sounds like some moron you'd go drinking with. Get gooch, man. We're hitting the town.
I heard someone refer to that area as a chode the other day, and that is not the definition of chode as I know it.
I've heard that it's called the grundle. Have you heard it called the grundle?
I have heard grundle. Bonch is another one I've heard.
Grundle.
We one of our sponsors is Klondike, so we have to ask you, man, if you could be on the show, what would you do for a Klondike man?
Vietnam?
You would just do Vietnam?
Yeah, the whole thing. Everything that happened in Vietnam from like 64 to 71, I would do that. For
Or an ice cream.
I want a picture of you smiling, and then I'm gonna put the Klondike logo, and like, what would you do for a Klondike? And it's just you, and it just says Vietnam.
Like Full Metal Jacket plus what's that other one? Apocalypse Now. That's what I would do for a Klondike bar.
Plus, tasty
Klondike.
vanilla ice cream in a chocolate shell.
The flavor.
This is not me plugging your sponsor. I fucking love Klondike bars.
They're great. You can't go wrong. It's just a block of ice cream. They've got all sorts of flavors. They've got peanut butter. They've got Heath
commit
bar
all
ones.
of the atrocities of the Vietnam police action for a Klondike.
So, Tim, we got to wind up here, but how can people, if they want to listen to your stuff or come see you, what can they do?
Yeah, I'm based in the Fargo area right now. I actually host Monday nights at Dempsey's Irish Bar. That's a good place to see me. Give me a follow on Twitter at Tim Ross Jokes or on the Reddit stand-up. I'm Tim Ross Jr. Be sure to
fucking follow Tim Ross Comedy. Fuck that guy.
No. Tim Ross Comedy is a really funny dude who is really nice to me despite being way better than me. And I'm sharing with him.
Yeah, so definitely hit him up on Twitter. You'll see we'll retweet his stuff, so you guys will see it on our Twitter too.
All right, very cool.
Yeah, right on. Hey, man, thanks for coming and talking about fucking ghosts and fucking robots. We just used to talk about fucking all kinds of things.
We talked about there are 5 types of fiction. Man fucking man, man fucking nature, man fucking ghosts, man fucking robots.
Yep.
Wait, that's 4. There's one more.
Robots fucking man.
Vietnam
Robot ghost porn. That'll be a thing one day.
Ghost porn, yeah.
Yeah, they say that porn that is so advanced will be indistinguishable from magic.
And it'll be really hard to convince it that it's porn.
Listen, I'm tasteful. Fuck you, sir.